So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, you missed a community gathering in grief and shock as we recognize that 3 of our community died in the past week. And we held each other in love, and we were community and family to each other. But recognizing our humanity and our strength as a community, we not only grieved, we also celebrated. Not just the lives that have gone out of our experience, but also we celebrated Canada Day and what it means to be here in Canada. For those who have just come, for those who have been here a long time, to be here on the land of those who have been here for thousands of years, we celebrated what it means to be in Canada. We prayed and committed ourselves to living into our aspirations, to be the just society we mean to be, to live in right relations with all Canadians, with all who call this part of Turtle Island home. We celebrated in song and in story, and we had a barbecue afterwards and sang Canadian songs and just enjoyed the sun and the company. You missed that today. We also engaged with the gospel, and we heard the story of Jairus approaching Jesus to come and help his sick daughter, a daughter he believes to be sick, but then is apparently dead before Jesus can get there. And yet Jesus brings her into life again. And in the middle of that story, there was the woman who had hemorrhaged for 12 years, who approached Jesus, who desperately reached out and touched him. And as Jesus says, her faith made her whole, made her well. And so we pondered this story and wondered how often we are living thinking that we are among the dead, and yet we are among the living. We act as if we are dead. We go through the motions. We fail to wonder and to explore and to risk. And we talked about the woman who did risk, who didn't go through the motions, but actually reached out to touch Jesus. We acknowledge that Jesus doesn't have magic clothes. It's not the touching of his clothes. As Jesus said, is her faith. Her faith that in that moment she could be well. And we wondered ourselves about what it means to be untouchable, as was this woman. And how it's very easy for us to be told by the people around us, by our culture, that we are of no value, that we are untouchable, that we are separate, we are meant to be quiet, know our place, stay out of the limelight, follow the path, dare not to venture off. And yet this woman does. This woman does because she believes in that moment, maybe out of desperation, maybe out of firm conviction, but for whatever reason, she believes in that moment that she is worthy of Jesus' attention. She is worthy of being whole, of wholeness, of health, of joy. She is worthy of it, and that faith is what makes her whole, makes her well. So we wondered what that meant for us, for you and me, who are touchable, but maybe not as touchable as we'd like, who are living, but maybe not living as much as we would like, who are aware of the voices around us and they cow us, they make us recede and make us doubt our worth and our value. And surely the story tells us that the only voice that really matters is not the voice of culture, not even the voice that we speak to ourselves when nobody else is around, the one that says, you're not quite good enough yet. You could have done better. Those voices don't matter. What matters is the voice of God, who affirms all the time that we are worthy, that we are capable of being whole, that we deserve attention and the potential for joy. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be well. And perhaps as we learn that, not out of desperation, but of practiced routine, if we keep working at it, we might discover all of a sudden that we are more touchable, we are more welcome, we are more included, we are more alive. Because surely that's what God means for us, to be who we are truly meant to be. Without fear, in community. That's what we shared today at Jubilee, as well as I said, lots of Canadian folk songs over a lunch outside in the Labyrinth, lots of games, lots of fun, lots of celebration, even as we grieve and mourn. So friends, I'm sorry you weren't with us today. I hope we get to see you soon, but until we do, know that we think about you. Know that we are blessed to include you in our community, and know that we want to see you soon. Until we do, be well, be whole. God bless.